Hello, I'm Joe Skorupa, and I'm the editorial director of RIS News, and I'm here today with Ted Rubin. And Ted, we're at the Engage 2016 conference that RIS is hosting, and you're our opening keynote speaker. So why don't you give us a little preview about what you're going to talk about tomorrow?
Well, first I want to say I'm really excited to be here. This is a great organization and a great property at the Ritz-Carlton. But we're going to be talking about how to build relationships in this new digital world where it's using social media, connecting with people. How do you get from this place here where you're just broadcasting information on social channels to the point where you're actually building a relationship with consumers? And that's what I really want to have a discussion, a conversation, and I want to present to the audience and have them give me some feedback themselves if they're looking for it, of how's the best way to do that, especially for retailers, whether it's digital or in-store. How do you combine the two? We've got this whole omni-channel thing going on right now. And it's really confusing for retailers because how do you take all those pieces and put it together? And what I'm trying to talk about is that you need to forget about the technology side of putting it together and think more about how do we make this easy for consumers and make them feel comfortable.
You know, Ted, you sound like a very sociable guy. I just met you, but I can tell that's the case. And yet you pointed out, and one of the anomalies is this is a very technological field. How do you bridge that gap with social networking, and what are the strategies to make it seem more sociable?
You know, I think technology is what's standing in the way, because when all of a sudden we hear technology, we think this is something that's going to do it all for us. And I like to say we've got to take the word friend back and give it value again. We've got to start looking people in the eye digitally, and that means look at you and I. We're standing here. I'm looking at you when I talk to you. I'm really paying attention. I'm showing you that I care what you're talking about. We need to start doing that in the digital world, and I'm going to talk about some of the ways to do that.
And Ted, you're a CMO by background, and this is an area where our conference is actually focusing on all the responsibilities and hopefully helping CMOs do their job better. How is it that social media and the things you're focusing on in the digital world help CMOs do their job better? Well,
I think, first off, it's making it hard for them. Because here's a whole new world that they have to jump into. And they're not really prepared to do it, nor do they really want to. And they have to understand how to use it. You don't buy a TV ad without ever watching TV. So I'm not telling CMOs they have to be social, meaning get on these platforms and use them every day, but they certainly have to experience them and have to understand the value, the use, the technology.